What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Yu-Gi-Oh! House. If you guys haven't heard, as of October 3rd, RONINTOADIN will no longer be playable in the TCG. So, I've been playtesting this deck like crazy, trying to figure out how am I going to make it optimal, how am I going to counter the meta. So, I won't waste too much of your guys' time. Let's go ahead and hop in. Of course, I'm still on 2 Life Twin Lila. Blue is a little bit better in terms of normal summoning than the red Kill, and not only that, she's easily searchable through Sunny Snitch. I don't want to clog my hand with too many normal summons, so I'm running just the 1 Life Twin Kill. Luckily for the Life Twin players, Life Twin Kill Frost is an Aqua monster. But now that RONINTOADIN is banned, Life Twin Kill Frost is an easy replacement to get into Totally Awesome. And this deck can actually make it pretty easily. Serving as our main combo starter, Life Twin Sunny Snitch. Searches for any of your Life Twin monsters, being able to add Kill Frost and easily getting into that Totally Awesome is what makes this card so powerful. Not to mention, it has an awesome effect to gain life points when your opponent is special summoning to help you win in time. Not much has changed about our Spright engine. Of course, you still want to max out on 3 Spright Blue. Being able to search any of your Spright monsters is still way too powerful. Since Mystic Mind didn't get hit on the ban list, Spright Jet is just that much more important. Being able to search for cards like Smashers to anticipate the mine is insanely powerful and way too good to pass up on. To round off our Spright monsters, I run one of each Spright Red, Spright Pixies, and Spright Carrot. Spright Red is still too good not to play. That Monster Negate is still so powerful. And up against the tier limit matchup, it is an optional effect to destroy, so no worries. Of course, you still want to run Spright Pixies. Being able to out Towers-esque monsters is insanely powerful. And then of course, we have Spright Carrot as our Spell and Trap Negate. A lot of people have decided to cut this card as of lately, but there are a lot of Runic players who are playing a lot of spells out there. Not to mention, the branded Despia deck didn't lose Scythe. While most decks were Scythe locking through Christian Haki Fibrax, the branded Despia engine wasn't. Being able to lock down some of their insane spells is just way too good. Spright Starter serves as a combo starter, as well as a form of interruption on your opponent's turn. In their draw phase, being able to spam out things like Spright Red, Spright Carrot, or even Spright Pixies is insanely powerful. Of course, we can't forget about Spright Smashers. Unfortunately, Mystic Mind was not touched. However, Red Reboot did get banned, so you're going to start seeing a lot of back row heavy decks, and Spright Smashers is a great way to deal with them. If you want to play the deck at 41, I would definitely recommend bumping Spright Smashers up to 2. It is a little tough to see it in your opening hand. Since it is redundant to draw, you're able to search it so easily through Spright Jet, and getting into Spright Jet is even easier. But still, being able to use this card twice in one duel makes a world of difference. So, if you're willing to play the deck at 41, my recommendation is bumping up Spright Smashers. Even though RONINTOADIN got banned, I still opt to run the 3 Swap Frog. Why I run 3 Swap Frog over the 3 Kill Frost is if I open multiple of the Swap Frog, I guarantee being able to special summon one from my hand. However, if I open up 2 Kill Frost, I really can't guarantee that I can special summon either of those cards. Besides, Swap Frog special summoning off of Gigantic Spright is still really powerful. Luckily for Spright players, TRICKSTAR Light Stage has come off the list completely. You can now run TRICKSTAR Light Stage at 3, making Lilybell much less of a brick and a much better engine. However, I have decided to run just the 2 TRICKSTAR Light Stage. I don't want to open multiples, but nonetheless, this card is incredible. Being able to search a level 2 body that's going to special summon itself from hand is way too good in this deck. Especially for free. You won't even have to commit your normal summon. Not to mention, TRICKSTAR Light Stage's awesome on-field effect to lock down that back row will be extra good this format because back row heavy decks are going to make a comeback. Moving away from our engines and supplementary engines, I run DD Crow. I decided to main deck this card because of how prevalent Tier Limits is and how explosive their turns can be, and not to mention their ability to play on your turn as well. Being able to hit them with a high impact hand trap like DD Crow can absolutely wreck some of their plays. So if you are deciding to play hand traps, make sure you guys are playing DD Crow. Of course, the one called by the grave, this card really doesn't need much of an introduction. It is one of the most insane spells in Yu-Gi-Oh history. Now, let's get into our power spells. 3 Pot of Prosperity. I've decided to bump this card up to 3 because of how important it is to see those live twin monsters. Playing 3 Sunny Snitch and 3 Pot of Prosperity means you can get into that live twin engine without having to clog your hand with too many normal summons. Triple Tactics Talent is easily one of the best board breakers in today's game. Not only is it good going second, it's excellent going first. Being able to rip a card out of your opponent's hand, where card economy is so important in today's meta, is just way too powerful. Not only that, being able to draw cards when you get hand trapped is just way too free. And to round off our 40 card main deck, 3 Dark Ruler No More. The guys back at the house convinced me to main deck this card. It's just way too free going second, and paired with Triple Tactics Talent, you can tear up truly any board. Now to get into our side deck, 2 Gigantic Spright. The card is just way too free. Being able to bridge most of your engines, bringing out the missing Kisakil Frost or Leela to combo off with your Live Twin and Evil Twin package, or even bringing out Swap Frog to put up Totally Awesome. Gigantic Spright is way too good not to run at 2. As one of the generic Link 2s, I did opt to run Mannequin Cat. Mannequin Cat helps you get into some of those missing combo pieces. Like I said, getting into Swap Frog, using your Tier Limits opponents' Aqua monsters, or getting into the Spright engine, because everybody runs light and dark monsters. Mannequin Cat feels so powerful in this deck. One of the benefits of running the Live Twin engine is how easily it is to make Totally Awesome. This card doesn't feel like it's out of reach without RONINTOADIN, but it is a lot more fair. It isn't just one Swap Frog now that gets you this card. I'm still opting to run the Zeus package. I think it's way too powerful not to consider. It is an awesome going second option, especially paired with some of that side deck spice. For the Evil Twin monsters, I did opt to run 2 Evil Twin Kisakil. Evil Twin Kisakil, being able to draw cards, is insanely powerful. Being able to get into some of those board breakers, and even being able to draw on your opponent's turn, feels so good. I'm running the 1 Evil Twin Leela, because this card, while the pop is very powerful, the extra deck is so tight, you really don't want to waste that slot on a second Evil Twin Leela. Of course, the bread and butter of your combos, Spright Elf. Spright Elf is insanely powerful. Bringing back those Evil Twin monsters to pop and or draw a card feels so free. Not only that, this card is how you make Totally Awesome, and you're able to abuse that soft once per turn Omni Negate. When you're popping off with your Live Twin and Evil Twin engine, keep in mind that at one point, you will lock yourself into extra deck Fiend monsters, so it is important, in my opinion, to run the Nightmare monsters. Nightmare Cerberus and Nightmare Unicorn are way too powerful not to consider running in this deck. You can still pop off with them, even if you've locked yourself with the Evil Twin monsters. Nightmare Cerberus being able to help break boards, and Nightmare Unicorn spinning back anything. These cards are too powerful not to consider running. Especially when you're drawing cards, whenever you're activating their effects, these cards have such a comfortable slot in this deck. And to round off our extra deck, Evil Twin Trouble Sunny. This card is so awesome. Being able to bring back both the twins and getting both of their effects off feels so strong. Being able to chain block that draw with a pop, potentially leading to an OTK, Evil Twin Trouble Sunny really does it all. Dimension Shifter is easily the MVP of the side deck. Being able to shotgun this card and put up a 2 board wipe Zeus will make any Tier Limit player scoop. Following the trend of my main deck, I've decided to put really heavy board breaking cards in my main and side deck. 3 Forbidden Droplet, being able to set this card and react on your opponent's draw and standby phase is what sets this card apart from Dark Ruler No More. I've mentioned it before, Mystic Mine did not get touched on this ban list. So if you're not running any back row removal in your side deck, unfortunately, you're gonna lose a lot of games. Dimensional Barrier, of course, is great against that tier limit matchup, and like I said before, the Despia branded deck didn't get touched in any sort of capacity on this last ban list. So expect to see a lot more fusion summoning going on. Not to mention, this card locks down a lot of people still trying to play decks from the last format like Sword Soul. And to round off our side deck, 3 evenly matched. I think this card is really good against tier limits. Not only that, back row decks are emboldened by the banning of Red Reboot, so evenly matched and other blowouts against back row decks feel so important now. Thank you guys so much for checking out the deck profile. Evil Twin, Spright, unfortunately did get a hit on the ban list, but as you can see, the deck doesn't skip a beat. Honestly, the ban was warranted. RONINTOADIN added so much to the deck and so much follow-up, but we're not going to let that ban list discourage us. I'm taking this deck to regionals, and I'll see you guys there. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! House. You guys already know. Peace!